Now we gonna fight right here.
Oh my God, man! I've never seen something like that.
And look, put this on my one shot right now. Listen,
I don't think this is the time or place right now. Our man, listen moment of the week.
man,
Zach,
listen.
who you got this week?
That's bush league to me. That's
A
BS.
healthy Anthony
Yeah.
Davis is a top 5 player in this league. I said a healthy Anthony Davis is a top 5 player in this league.
You have to adapt to the times. If you don't adapt to the time, you're not going to succeed.
What is up, Steve?
What's good, my guy? What's good? What's good?
Man, we are back. Welcome back to a new look. A little bit of a new look for the summer, man. Listen.
A little bit different. I got this huge light right here shining on my wall.
Right, I'm at my at-home desk. Listen. We when we were leaving, we were doing our last show. We're like, listen, just because school's in sports don't end, you know what I mean? And so, with this technology we have and with this access, it's like, hey, why not try it? You know, why not do a little something? And so here we are.
Right. The first ever off-campus
Yeah.
man listen.
No, I mean it's weird. I'm not gonna lie, it's weird. It's weird to. I talked about it before. I said it's weird to, bring the energy when we ain't got those big lights and the big cameras in front of us.
Not even that, like the crew. Like I feed off Avon's energy, bro. Is you got to feed off that and absorb it and just go.
Avon's energy, Peyton's Thunder fandom, Devin's bad takes. You know what I mean? It's so much, right? It's so much.
I do have a trash can handy here if I got to talk about the Astros.
That's
so.
good. That's good. Hey,
I've heard more there.
We'll see. It'll be available for the summer. It'll be available. But yeah, just kind of start. I mean, we haven't talked to the people in a while, so semester's come to an end. Finals done. How you been so far?
Hey, I'm just relieved, man, because for me, it rolls into a whole new calendar, Zach. Like that title changes from junior to senior. Like it's the urge to fight off the senioritis that actually started last semester.
Yeah.
Because like you sit down with your advisor and you like, all right, Steve, you got 18 hours left before graduation. You taking 12 in one semester. So I'm like, oh, I'm done.
Oh yeah, we doing it. We do. No, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. It's so nice. I'm not gonna lie, it's nice. I love my work, but man, we've been busy this past year. So
Definitely.
I've been home now for about a week, and I got to surprise my mom coming home earlier than I told her, and man, it's been nice just to chill. It's been nice to do nothing.
Zach came home, just popped up and just,
What's
I'm
up?
here.
I'm here. What's up?
We eating.
We eating. Man, so yeah, I'm excited, and I'm excited to keep doing this. I mean, why not, right? Why not? It's also gonna be the first episode on YouTube. We're gonna make a man listen YouTube. It's gonna be popping up on here. We've been doing shows for a year and a half now, but we gonna start here. So it's exciting, man. Being our own brand, and we're doing it on and off campus.
Pretty much, man. We gotta own the IP per se.
I guess so.
Huh.
I don't know. That's one when you become Heartland Award winners, you gotta start going at the extra mile. No, I'm kidding. But no, we gotta get.
All in about that. When can I buy my trophy?
When I can get my trophy, I know that's so true. That's so true. But we got a lot of topics. Got a lot of topics to get into. Even though we've taken a break, sports hasn't. So let's get into it. The biggest topic, obviously, pretty much right now, is the NBA playoffs. So to kind of give a little update since the last time we talked, the local team that's been talked about so much in the Oklahoma City Thunder go down in Game 6 to the Dallas Mavericks. Crybaby Luka does get his win. Oh man, I'm not gonna lie. Even as a non-Thunder, I'm not saying I'm not a Thunder fan, but you get involved in the culture now when you're around.
I mean, you're here. You're around so many rabid Thunder fans. Like you got Peyton, you got Devin, you got Jaden. Like there's so many people in the building that they're so hyped about the Thunder.
So you start watching it, and man, I tell you though, I'm not gonna lie, it was a little frustrating watching Luka with calls.
Listen, when you get to a certain point in your superstardom, you get these calls. Like as a LeBron fan, I understand because I've seen it benefit him for a very, very long time. So I mean, it comes to territory. But I was people may feel like I wasn't, but I was actually rooting for the Thunder to get to the Western Conference Finals because, listen, they proved me wrong because I said early in the playoffs, like, hey, this team doesn't have type of experience they need to go far to playoffs. I was proved wrong. Like, I went on the show, I ate my crow, I took it on the chin. But I still wanted to see them go further because, I mean, it's the only pro team we have in the state outside of minor league baseball. Man, you want to see them do good. So.
For sure. Yeah, but they unfortunately didn't go through after 6 games. But some teams that did, the Celtics absolutely dominated, taking on the Cavs in just 5 games. They got done with that series early. And then, you had the Pacers walk away with a win in Game 7 against the Knicks. I know a lot of people were maybe not surprised, but at least rooting for Jalen Brunson and those Knicks.
It's been so long.
Yeah.
Like the Knicks hadn't won since like
it's. I mean,
the 70s.
Won it all? Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
they hadn't been to the finals since like
what the Ewing days.
They got to the finals.
I don't know. I mean, I know they were.
So
I know they were good. I know they were good in the Jordan era. I just don't know if they've made it that far.
Yeah, they had a pretty decent squad, formidable back then, but never. I don't think they got to the finals unless they wouldn't play against Houston.
Maybe, I don't know, but still, it was cool to see MSG, back in that playoff type atmosphere for the Knicks, and DiVincenzo and Brunson doing all they can, but unfortunately couldn't make it happen. So the Pacers move on, and then lastly, we talked about MJ and the MJ era. Everyone's saying they're seeing the new MJ in Anthony Edwards as the Timberwolves in a comeback fashion after crushing in Game 6, came back in Game 7 to take down the reigning champs 98-90 in Game 7.
There's 2 things here. Breaks need to be pumped because I mean I get the mannerisms, I get the looks of it. Listen, I'm a LeBron fan, but Jordan's a different dude, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it was a different aura. Like, I still wear J's to this day for a reason. But, no, like, Ant-Man, like, this whole playoffs has taught me that the young guys are here. They're taking the league out of these old, I guess, like, old bearers' hands, like KD, Steph, Bron.
We can call it an era. We can call it the era.
Yeah. The new era is here, and they're taking it. They're not waiting for the torch to be passed. They're taking it.
Yeah.
So,
No, I was going to say, like, I agree with you in the fact of, like, the MJ. I think the MJ stuff is fun. It's a fun comparison in the mannerisms, and he is dominating. We'll see how long those talks continue because it's still just a playoff run. But I think it's fun to see a guy in that kind of light. I saw a funny photo on Twitter the other day. It was like, man, Anthony Edwards is really becoming his character from the movie Hustle, the Adam Sandler, where he's kind of becoming that villain and that star.
No, as a former hooper, that's in every hooper. I don't care who you are. You're gonna talk crazy to somebody on the court at some point. Like, I'm not much of a talker, but if you talk to me, oh yeah, there's no filter at that point. Like,
you talking back.
Like, the front row would be shocked to what I'm gonna say to you running down the court. Like, can he say that? Somebody call his mother. Like, he needs to rinse his mouth out with soap. Like, it's bad.
It's like, I didn't hear anything. What? No. Hear no evil. No, but yeah, no, it's they're definitely rolling though. They're definitely rolling, and like I said, took down the reigning champs. Took down in back-to-back MVP Nikola Jokic. Everyone makes the jokes about he's just excited to get to go back home because he doesn't care about basketball.
No, listen. I think okay, you got just the Steve's hot takes. I think Jokic is not going to play that long in the NBA. I'd probably give him maybe 4 or 5 more years, another big contract, and he's taking that money and fully going to invest back in his racehorses back home.
I don't think that's bad. I don't think it's a bad take.
No, he, when they won the championship last year, he was more so ready to go home and go to the parade. Like, he's not.
He's just not bought in.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I personally don't like it in such trying to keep sports in the competitive light. And the thing that carries sports in general these days, going on a broad scheme, it's the storylines. It's the emotion. It's it's the things we create through the emotion and drive of these players. And when you see a guy who's he's doing great, but just doesn't have that care, it's not as fun, I don't think, for fans.
Now, one thing you did mention and throw out, you did say storyline. And what I will say, a storyline that is developing is the push of Anthony Edwards. Now, the cool thing about that is there was another player who was like in that prime pole position last year to get that same push. But they wanted to like tote guns and beat up high schoolers and
no, that one's gonna get you pushed back a little bit.
Go sit down.
Yeah, go sit down. While Jokic didn't seem to really care, one guy that kind of did was head coach Mike Malone, kind of going off on some reporters. Listen, I love caring and being upset that you win, but come on, you got to control your emotions a little bit. What a dumb effing question.
No, you can't do that. No, after the way you were talking last year about the Lakers and things like that, no, you can't go out there and be a sore loser, bro. Like, no, that is not how you go out there and carry yourself. That was I don't know, maybe because we're in like the media now, it's different.
Yeah.
Like that was a softball question. Like, what were your emotions after the game? Okay. Bro, do you want us to get technical? Like,
yeah.
What was the reason for the collapse to give up that lead?
Yeah, I think
that could have been asked.
Yeah, and I think you're right. I think it is from a standpoint of I see it from a different light now, right? It's like, hey, listen, I know you're upset, but that reporter needs to write his article or needs to get his video clip, right? So he needs the quote. And so obviously, listen, you've been coaching in this league for a while now. You got to know that, listen, even after losses, you got to answer these questions. So while your emotions are high, and I get it, you got to be able to carry yourself. Yeah,
like that is nah.
No. No, you don't. Speaking of high emotions, though, a big game one between the Celtics and Pacers. Celtics walking away with a 133-128 overtime win. Steve, what are we seeing from game one?
If you're up 3, you foul. Common sense, you foul. If you're up 3. Foul. they shooting too. You get the ball back.
Yeah.
I saw LeBron tweet about that last night. I'm like, somebody else agrees with me. Like, I play the game like with my friends all the time. If I'm up 3, I'm fouling. You're shooting 2 free throws. I'm getting the ball back.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now, I mean, do we credit that just to the lack of experience in these big games? I mean,
no, because Rick Carlisle is the coach.
Yeah,
like he's been in some high level situations as a coach. So I don't know. I think it's more so. You may be right, because I mean, coaches can only do so much. They're on the bench, so the players have to be able to react, make those decisions on the floor themselves. So it may be lack of experience at the situation there.
Not sure.
It was a great game, though.
Yeah, no, I mean, absolutely phenomenal game. I think it's going to be a great series. But when we're in such a high leverage situation, you got to be able to make those smart decisions and be able to think with your head, even when the emotions are running high. And we could really see it come back to bite Indiana.
We'll see. I mean, because game 1 is really like a fill-out game in the playoffs. You want to kind of see the other team's real tendencies and what they call in certain situations. So it may come back to bite them because they may get in a situation where they may need to come back and get a game. Mm-hmm. So we'll see.
We shall see. But Indiana, so far, a little bit of a struggle in that first game. And another Indiana team that's kind of struggling is their co-part in the WNBA, the Indiana Fever, starting 0-4 with the hyped-up Caitlin Clark in her first 4 games. Listen, she's got kind of roughed up.
I think I called this at a certain point.
Yeah. I'll give it to you.
No, so here's the thing. She's on the team right now. Somebody said it because, of course, like there are pics like of videos of her on the internet of her getting like hard screen things like that. That's basketball.
Yeah.
That's not anything being malicious or anything like that. You may put a little extra lean into it, but it's a screen. It's a part of the game. Somebody said something on Twitter that had me down laughing because it's true. They were like, "Why are they letting her get killed in these screens like that?" They was like, "Well, Indiana's a bad team. They had no one pick for a reason. So you can't really like rely on those players to do normal basketball things that they weren't a great team.
Yeah.
Call out the screens next time going forward because she is the cash cow. She's bringing the eyes. But I've seen some takes that are like outlandish, like let her score and things like that. Like, what? No, we're not jeopardizing the integrity of the game. Like, we still gonna hoop and play our game.
Yeah.
She'll adjust. It's an adjustment period. She has to get the speed of the game down to where she's comfortable, and then you start to see bits and pieces of it. Like she shot like a 40-footer last night. So like, I mean, it'll happen, but it just takes time. I think people are realizing it. She's not the best player in the league by far.
Yeah.
Like they thought she was going to be, but she can be one of the greats. It just takes time.
Yeah.
Respect the other women who are in the league.
No, I definitely agree. I think less than 17 points. She's still averaging solid. But like you said, I mean, there's a reason they had the first overall pick. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, there's...
They won 13 games.
there's still a reason, you know what I mean? And so, I don't know. It's one of those things where she's still doing decent. But listen, when you've attracted all this hype and all this fame, yeah, like it's great for the game, but people are gonna want to come after you. I mean, it's one of those things. Oh, it's Caitlin Clark, right? You wanna show why. Listen, why am I not getting the hype? And so it's an easy target, and she's just gotta. I think the biggest thing is not showing the emotion. I love showing emotion on the court, but I think I love showing good emotion on the court. And it's one of those things where we saw it in college too. We saw it in
she's a powder. She's a head hanger.
Yeah, and truthfully, that's not going to fly because especially in WNBA, they're going to see that and they're going to bully you even more.
Yeah, like it was a clip where her coming off the court after the 10 turnovers in her first game with Aaliyah Boston trying to like talk to her and give her some gems. And then you got the press conference where she came in late and just threw the chair down. Yeah, like she's a powder. Yeah. Like, listen, I said I'm not a talker, Zach, but on the court, if that person with that same energy said something to me, somebody broke the fire hose. Like it's not stopping. Like we there.
Yeah, I get you. Well, it's the first one online, and I'm already losing track of time. I don't know what time we even started, but we're gonna take a quick break, and But when we come back, we're gonna talk a little college football from the trailer to the game to suing to conferences. All that and more right after this. And welcome back to Man Listen. I don't think we said our names, by the way. Steve Speeder, Zach Burke.
I'm Steve.
I'm
Hello.
Zach. I don't know.
Yeah, Zach. While we were going, man, something magical happened, Zach.
Oh, really?
The trailer to College Football 25 dropped.
Yes,
now,
it
did. I wasn't one of the crazy reactions last week when it came out with the dudes crying and like tearing up and all that. I watched the reactions. Like it is some weird stuff out there.
You know,
but I would.
It's like, sorry, don't mean to interrupt you. It's like, you know, when people are listening to a new album from their favorite artist and they play like 1 second, it's like, it's the best track ever. It's the best track ever. You know what I mean?
What was that? Drake Scorpion?
Yeah, something like that. It was some Drake. Oh my God. Oh man.
But yeah, the trailer to it dropped. I wasn't expecting to see any kind of gameplay. I was expecting to see like the traditions. But we got a little bit of gameplay. It looks real good. I'll say that. There you can see the Madden animations in there. But again, they work on the same engine. My dog over here trying to steal some snuggles. That's cool. But yeah, Zach, there was one thing that you were upset about with this trailer.
Yeah. Now, first to comment just on the trailer itself, I did think it was a good trailer. It was very exciting, very cool to see traditions and stuff, and very cool to see some gameplay. I'll be interested. A lot of the gameplay and stuff you always see, it always happens in trailers. It's kind of more of in a cinematic mode, right? So to see how it actually translates to actually playing interface will be interesting, but it looks really good. It looks really good and really high quality and really detail oriented, which I think is great. But the one thing that did frustrate me was there was so much tradition shown, right? Touching the rock at Clemson, the signs at Notre Dame, the big thing at OU, and so much tradition that you don't even show. In my opinion, one of the most traditional things in college football, and that's Pistol Pete shooting his gun. I mean, genuinely, I think in almost every concept trailer I saw, they at least had a quick clip of Pistol Pete shooting the gun. And so between not having that, not having any OSU player in the deluxe, what's it called, cover, and then not having anything with, the guy who was arguably the best running back in the country last year, it was a little frustrating. It was a little frustrating for me when we got, like 30 seconds of Jaden Milroe, and then we got, clips of, and who's on the cover, a guy who was a backup running back last year. So
Yeah, I mean, there was a clip of some Arkansas in there that made Steve happy. New quarterback Taylor Green was seen. I think he was celebrating after a touchdown or something like that. But yeah, like they're knowing that Ali is actually one of the players that they got an NIL deal with them, and it was picked to promote the game. Mm-hmm. I'm so here's the thing, like knowing how EA does their stuff, they're going to use other situations to put out other trailers. It's not the only one. This is more so like a sizzle trailer or whatever, right? So you'll probably have more of a gameplay trailer closer to launch, like closer to was it July? Yeah, where you'll probably see definitely him at least, because let's be real, he's the top running back in the country right now. So
I mean, when everyone's projecting him to be the highest overall player in the game, I like to see him a little bit, And like I think it is cool to show mid majors, but when we're seeing App State, Army, and and we're seeing, I don't know, it's cool. Don't get me wrong. Like I know that's a huge part for a lot of people, but I don't know. It was interesting. Obviously some bias, but it's tough to see. No pokes or no BPS.
So much bias, Zach, that you went out and made your own trailer.
I did. It was a little fun OSU hype thing, but no, it was good. Something I threw together, and it was fun.
No, not threw together. Didn't it go like semi-viral because people were retweeting it around here?
Not at all. No, nothing went viral with it.
Exactly.
I appreciate the love, but not a single person did anything with it. But thank you. I appreciate the hype.
I believe in you, Zach. I believe in you.
Thank you. All right. On another note, it will be interesting to see what more gets involved with trailers as the time gets closer. Next up, you kind of want to talk about some conferences and NCAA. I'll let you hit on that, what you wanted to talk about there.
Yeah, so essentially there is a huge lawsuit that happened between a few of the Power 5 conferences and the NCAA over NIL. And there has been a settlement reached for a huge amount of money. I don't know the exact amount at the moment, but the Big 12 was the first conference to actually agree to the settlement amount. Then last night, actually, the ACC also agreed to that settlement amount. So you got a few other conferences that are here that will agree to that so they can get that payout. But essentially, they're mad at the NCAA for kicking the can on NIL. I'm gonna be real with you, man. Could you imagine like NIL with like Dez Bryant?
Oh no,
Crazy.
it'd be crazy.
Those guys deserved it, but
I don't know. See, I kind of mixed feelings in a way. Actually, I do think it would be crazy, but I also think it wouldn't be to the level we're at today. I think a big reason NIL is at the level it's at today is just because of the way the world is today. Between the economy and between just the trends and pay and stuff, I think it'd still be crazy, and I think they would find a way for those top athletes to get things, but I think we wouldn't be talking if it was there back in the day. I don't think we'd be talking about it as much because I don't think it would have been as widely recognized. I think if NIL was present back in those days, those top athletes like Reggie and Dez and those type of guys, I think would be getting paid and they would be recognized, but we wouldn't see it go from all the way from college football stars all the way to women's soccer. You know what I mean? Like we wouldn't see the widespread, but I do think we'd see it with those top athletes.
I think it's just the respect to those sports too, though. But
yeah,
I agree.
That's what's up. Yeah. All right, then real quick before we go, speaking of NIL and suing, it's no $2.8 billion for like those conferences, but Florida 13 mil. Florida Billy Napier getting sued over some NIL wrongdoings. You want to kind of fill us in on that?
Yeah, Jaden Rashada, when he committed to Florida, there was rumors that essentially they offered him $13 million to sign to go to Florida, and apparently they reneged. So he's taking him to court to see if he can kind of get his money. It really depends on if there was like a signed agreement there to see if that holds up in court, but we'll see how it shakes out. Yeah, he's not going to be the first athlete to sue a school over NIL. So
yeah, not surprised. This could start a wave. It really could start a wave with so much talk. Sometimes there's just no execution with it, and so in a world where presenting NIL is so prevalent, when it doesn't fall through, how are those players going to respond? Very interesting, but unfortunately, that's all we got for this blog. We got to go, so we got to get on this timing again. Steve, what do we have for next block?
When we come back, when athletes end up on cops. Stick with Man Listen after the break.
Love it. Boys, what you want? What you gonna do, Steve? Because you said before we went to break, what happens when pro athletes go to get on the show cops?
This is what yo.
Oh man, Scotty boy.
Good.
What a guy. Scotty Scheffler, preparing for the PGA Championship this past weekend. Was just driving in for his practice round. 6 a.m. early morning drive. I got to get to the course. And so he gets on the course grounds, and he's driving by this cop who, Scotty said, kind of just looked like security. He's trying to wave him down, trying to get him to stop. And Scotty's like, he probably just thinks I'm a pedestrian. I'm going to drive by real quick, go park, and get ready for my practice round. Well, cop doesn't like that, so he attaches himself to the car. And then Scotty drives for like 10 more yards. And then by the time he stops the car, the cop goes, opens his door, doesn't even talk to him, pulls him out, handcuffs him, and takes him to jail.
Yeah, man. I think the cop was trying to make a name for himself.
I think he had a parlay. I think he said, I need Scotty to struggle this round.
He's like, yeah, you're not making the cut, buddy.
Man, you want to talk about the heat this Louisville cop got? A lot of people saying he's in the wrong. Because here's my thing. I understand, you want him to stop, but not only attaching yourself to this man's vehicle, and then also not even asking questions and just pulling him out the car and arresting him without letting him explain anything.
Like there's no conversation. Bro, there's no Miranda rights, bro. What you got? What are you doing, bro?
And to make it worse, on top of that, they started going to court with it, and now it's been delayed, and they're investigating. But the Louisville mayor was looking, and he asked the police body cam was off. Very
Yeah, nah, bro.
like I mean, you're making it easier for us to assume things.
Yeah, bro. You will be without a job, sir. And I don't know, man. It gives off real. I got bullied energy now. I got a badge. Like
That's my thing too.
somebody stuffed him in the locker, bro.
We're not in the middle of nowhere either. We are on the course grounds of the PGA Championship. Who else is there at 5 in the morning other than a golfer?
I'm just a random guy finna pull up and see if I can get in, shoot a practice round. You know, it's nah, bro. Like I'm sure he was driving a pretty nice vehicle too.
Oh yeah,
Like,
probably. Shout out fans
no,
already. Shout out fans already getting his mugshot on a shirt during the weekend. Pulling some Tiger stuff.
And you said he didn't shoot bad,
He didn't. He didn't do
but it
bad.
wasn't great.
I'm gonna pull up the. I mean, he didn't. He didn't get like top, but I'm gonna pull up his stats. I know he shot well. So, what a guy! What a guy, though, man.
I'd be so pissed, Jack. I'm like, that's it's like getting pulled over in the parking lot of a news station, bro. You getting ready to go do the weather or something like that. Like,
Right.
hey,
No, I'd be pissed. Once again, the biggest thing to me is like, it's 5 a.m. I know he didn't stop. Sure, you can be a little maybe hostile with him because you need him to stop, but talk to him at least. Because right away he'd be like, "I'm, Scotty Scheffler, the best golfer in the world. I'm sorry, I didn't know, and then you're done."
there's a very good possibility he didn't even know he was getting pulled over because it's 5 in the morning. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just doing what I'm doing.
No, Scotty finished tied for 8th, and he shot 13 under. So, yeah.
No, it ain't bad. Like,
No,
it's top 10 number.
That's a lot of money.
I mean, it's probably going to lawyer fees and things like that, but that's a pretty good bag to get after. You know what? I'd be upset because he probably would have won.
Maybe. I mean,
They gave that man a jail sandwich and kind of threw off his vibe. I'm watching my dog over here. He's trying to chew on a tail.
no.
Hey.
Shout out the memes though that came just from it all. Like I saw some funny one of like a drunk frat dude being arrested after public intoxication, waking up to seeing Scotty Scheffler's in his holding cell and be like, "Bro, can you give me like a tip, like how to swing?" Oh man, what a time! But yeah, Scotty Scheffler, that's a tough look, not on you, but on the cop.
And the crazy, another twist of crazy looks that Rasheed Rice was at OTAs, actually in Kansas City the other day, which is kind of weird because apparently those charges have been dropped.
Okay.
Working on my transition game too.
No, it's good. I'm just interested that it's dropped.
Did you not see that?
No, I mean, I didn't see that, but interesting.
Yeah, essentially the OTAs are open. Yep, Chiefs receiver Rasheed Rice won't face charges in person over alleged assault.
So what do you think it means? Do you think it's the guy knew that he was going to lose from the expensive lawyers Rasheed was going to buy, or that it didn't actually happen?
No, I think there was a settlement, under the table settlement.
Mm-hmm.
They got the bag.
Yeah.
Essentially, I mean, listen, he was going to be in a situation where he's probably going to be suspended for a very long time. As an athlete, do I go ahead and pay you a large sum of money now to get this swept under the rug so I don't lose my career and my future earnings, or take it to court where I lose both? So
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I think it was a calculated decision to go ahead and pay the bag. drop it off, and go from there and just go on with my life.
That's fair. That's fair. But yeah, like you said, the OTA is starting up. We're getting to see new players in their new uniforms. Draftees getting started all the way from, I saw like Leon Johnson and Charger stuff. That's fun to see. And then even seeing just weird things like Jim Harbaugh removing music from practice to emphasize conditioning. But there's so much.
I mean, he's doing installs, man. He has to have their full attention.
Yeah, no, 100%.
But at the same time,
yikes indeed. But no, it's fun. Start back the football season, getting to see these guys start gearing it up and getting ready for the next year.
You guys got anybody new down there you keep an eye on this so far?
Not huge. Well, okay, that's a lot actually. I was thinking draft, but yeah, we got a lot of guys that we traded in. I know like Daniel Hunter, or how do you say his first name? Hunter, a bunch of defensive guys, and then even then like Joe Mixon. Just interested to see how they work with the team. Yeah. But
no, I know that you and Jacob weren't happy about the Joe Mixon. Bringing him in.
I mean, not necessarily crazy, not happy. Just there was so much talk about guys like Derrick Henry when it's Joe Mixon. You're like, oh, but hopefully he fits in pretty well.
That's a huge downgrade.
Well,
it's like me as a Saints fan was praying for Jaden Daniels when we had Spencer Rattler. What?
Yeah. No, but there's a lot of defensive guys. Like I said, Danielle Hunter, Joe Mixon. But then I don't know. There was just we signed a bunch of defensive guys, and with how good the defense was last year, and we lost a couple of those big names to guys like the Vikings and stuff. So it'll be very interesting. They definitely filled the holes, but then it's a bunch of new guys working together, right? So how is that going to work out? We shall see. And then Stephon Diggs and stuff like that. So very fun, very interesting.
Get a chance to see a few guys in their new homes. You got Justin Fields in Pittsburgh, Russell Wilson. They still are saying that Russell Wilson is in pole position to get the starting job. Mm-hmm. But like I said, I think they let Russ play the entire season.
Yeah.
Let him walk because he's on a 1-year deal, and then give the reins fully over Justin Fields next year.
Yeah. Well, while NFL is just starting up, OSU sports are starting to wrap up. We're getting into the playoffs for a lot of OSU athletics. Baseball wrapped up their final regular season series with a sweep over Houston. Now they play today. They play tonight versus Texas Tech in the Big 12 championships. They're down in Arlington, hoping to make a good statement so they can end up hosting regionals. And speaking of regionals, Cowgirl softball absolutely took care of business this past weekend, sweeping their regional in Stillwater, and now getting ready to host this next weekend, once again in Stillwater for the Super Regional versus Arizona. And then last time it's been a minute since we talked, and so speaking of Super Regionals, unfortunately, Cowgirl tennis, the undefeated year had come to an end in a shocking upset to Tennessee. Tennessee in the Sweet 16, a 16 seed at that too. It was a tough one to watch, but then Tennessee ended up winning a couple games and making it kind of far to where I believe TCU won the men's NCAA tournament and A&M won the women's NCAA tournament. And now we have Anjobi Kajuru and Anastasia Komar competing in doubles for individuals and Obi competing for singles.
Yeah, I ran to a couple of the girls from Pepperdine in Walmart last night. Was like Zach. So if Cowboy baseball gets far, do you drive back up for the region?
I don't know.
Zach said 8 hours in the car, man. I don't know about
right,
that.
I missed a regional before and it's been fine. I think I probably won't. That's the truth. I probably won't. I want to catch a regional one day. I just don't know if it'll be this year. It's fun to.
I don't think they're in line to host a super regional, right?
Probably not. There'd be a lot of interesting things that have to fall. A couple weeks ago, yeah, we were, but we've had some serious losses. We're fighting to host.
Don't worry, Zach. Fayetteville's not that far.
Right. But I'm hoping we can host a good one. I've seen some projections that are a little worrisome. Seeing some good teams possibly coming to Stillwater, and hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully we can make it past regionals, unlike what we've been able to do the past couple of years, because of teams like Arkansas. So very interesting with that. I'm just excited for softball, man.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely dominated. Lexi Kilfoyle dominated this past weekend. I mean, beating Kentucky, Northern Colorado, Michigan handily. And so Arizona's a good hitting school, but so are we, and we have better pitching. So I'm excited to see these Cowgirls make another run in the College World Series in OKC. They're the longest NCAA team with college World Series appearances without a title win. They've been to 11 since winning a title, and they made it to the last 4, but OU has won most of them. So I'm hoping this can be the year, man. They've been in a drought. I'm hoping they can do it.
I mean, so if they go to OKC's at coming on back.
You know, that's a different conversation. That is, because this one actually has a chance.
That's a nice park too.
That's a nice park. You know, that might be a conversation I have. We'll see. Indeed, it'd be cool. It'd be cool to see them win it all, and I think they could this year. But just like that, we're flying by, Steve. We're flying by.
We're gonna go ahead and come on back and get into our
I don't know.
our sales segments. That's flying, man. That's flying.
We're flying. All right.
Pop culture, Circle Bus, and Man Listen Moment of the Week. Stick with us.
Welcome back. Welcome back to our last segment. We're getting used to this, Steve. It's
You scared me, bro. You ain't even say nothing.
I didn't, but the clock striked the certain time, and I thought it was good to start.
You didn't even tell me what the time was.
Didn't. It's 26. We're gonna end on 39. There you go. That's the point. My viewers, while this will be going live later tonight, I do want you to know that Steve made me get about 8 a.m. for this. So, yeah, no, I've been sleeping in, and Steve's like, I have to start working at 11. How does 9 like before 9 sound? 9 a.m. sound? I said, okay. I haven't got up that early in like a week or two, but I'll make it happen. Hey, for you, the viewers, love.
Listen. Get you back, but it's gonna suck because I do have a 9 a.m. class in the fall.
Dude, I do too. On Tuesday, Thursdays, I have one.
I think mine is one. No, it's Tuesday, Thursday. I got. Yeah. I got Dave Hunziker for sports announcing, and yeah, that class is at 9 a.m. I'm just in here like. That's early.
That's early. That's also early to do stuff with like your voice, like announcing. That's
right.
It's
well, no. So I kind of learned like if I give myself 30 minutes, I can kind of wake it up a little bit.
That's fair.
I learned it from a job interview. Like I had a phone interview one time for a job at like 9 in the morning, and I woke up at like 8:50. So you could actually hear like me sleep. Which was hilarious.
That's funny.
But yeah, I didn't get the job, obviously.
That's tough, man. That's tough. All right. How about we get into our classic segments, starting with a pop of pop culture.
I need a prop where I can just like open the pop.
There you go.
Sponsored by no one.
Yeah, no one. Maybe one day.
Maybe.
Who knows? Steve, what do you got? Pop culture.
A teaser trailer for the sequel to Beetlejuice came out. Listen, one of my favorite movies growing up as a kid. It was hilarious. And to see a lot of the original cast coming back for it, to me is amazing. I'm taking Bree to see it. She doesn't even know it yet. But we're going to see Beetlejuice too.
Nice.
Did you watch the first one? I mean, I'm being ignored in the house. Did you watch the first one, Zach?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, it's. I can't wait to see it, bro.
It's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be good. So I watched a new show on Netflix. It was pretty good. It was pretty good, but I do have a little bit of beef with it. It's called Three Body Problem. It's based off this whole line of books that this international dude wrote. I heard I heard something. He said he was trying to be the next Harry Potter world franchise and stuff. Couldn't get it for movies, but ended up finally getting it finalized to make a Netflix show out of it. And long episodes, hour-long episodes, 8 episodes. Really good stuff. It was actually a really good show. Very sci-fi esque and usually not my go-to show, but it was very interesting, very cool graphics with it and stuff. But the one thing that kind of frustrated me was 8 hour-long episodes later, and we end and nothing happens. Absolutely nothing happened. So, I mean, the whole thing, to not spoil too much, is aliens are coming and they're communicating with the world, and they're trying to prep to fight them and stuff, pretty much. And they end just being all right, we got to keep prepping. And then they're still hundreds of years away. And so, nothing happens. Now, I will say, as I'm scrolling on Twitter, I saw that just as of a week ago, it's been renewed. It's been renewed for a second season. So hopefully we'll find out some stuff in the following. But it was definitely a little frustrating for episode 8 to end, and me just sitting there being well, okay.
That is it.
That's it.
That reminds me of a show that Bree was watching, I think on Netflix a few months back, called The Watcher, where she finished it and was what?
Yeah.
Everybody hyped it up online, it was trending and things like that. And then when she watched it and finished it, she was like, "What?" So there are a lot of those, but hopefully season 2 is better. I'm still waiting on season 2 of Squid Games. That's been being worked on for a while. I'm ready for that.
For that, I'm ready for the second part of the Spider-Verse movie.
Oh yeah, that should be out. I think probably around Christmas, right?
Yeah, I think so. So much more. But yeah, it's coming. It's coming soon, hopefully. But you know what's also coming around the corner?
You can hear it. So muffler getting ready to fall off, man.
Oh. See, now this is weird, right? Because it just played, but we're not in the studio where it's playing live, and so now it's just gonna be in.
Oh, you played it?
No. I'm saying it's gonna, it's gonna play.
I can hear that music in my head.
Yeah. No, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. But for the man listening, Struggle Bus, I'll go first on this one. I'm going to go with the St. Louis Cardinal fans. Because, in Major League Baseball right now, one of the biggest things is, one of the most fun things, honestly, is the City Connect jerseys that have been coming out throughout the past couple of years. Jerseys as alternates to represent the city and represent the culture around them, from Wrigleyville to Southside to, Space City. So much fun stuff. To now being called the Lou. Listen, I get it. It stands for St. Louis, but to me, I just hear what British people call the restroom, and so the loo, and it just says STL. I don't know. The hats are very basic, and the jerseys are the exact same jerseys they wear now, except instead of saying St. Louis or Cardinals, it's just it's the bat with the 2 birds, and it says the loo.
So I don't know. Maybe because I'm a little bit older than you. Is that when Nelly was real huge with the St. Louis Knicks, they used to call it the Lou. Okay. I think there's a little bit of cross branding there with that. But yeah, I kind of get what you're talking about with the confusion with the toilet.
Right. Still past that, I think the jerseys are dumb and basic for a City Connect. If sure, call it the Lou, it says from the Lou for the Lou, sure, but it still just looks like their same red jerseys. Just now it says Duluth instead of St. Louis. Like basic.
I'm about to look at them because if they're that bad,
They're just basic. Like the City Connect's supposed to be fun out there. Like the side patch is cool. It's got a little fleur de lis. Like that's cool. But other than that, I don't know.
No, that they got Nelly promoting it. Like the pictures I pulled up.
I saw Young Metro was wearing it. Anyways,
Nah, it's Nelly, bro. But
we're looking at different pictures now because I saw Young Metro. Anyways, I don't like them.
It could be worse. It could be worse.
Could be.
It could be sexy red.
It's true. Still don't like the jerseys though. You can disagree. What's your bus? What's your struggle bus?
Bro, gas prices. Gas prices, that. So,
Charger.
Yeah, I got I'm watching the City Connect video with Nelly. I like him, bro.
Okay.
I know you.
I don't, but okay.
Yeah, bro. Gas prices, Zach. Listen, why are gas prices so high right now? They might not be that high, but I drive a Charger, Zach, and it burns gas like, yeah. It's a struggle. We could trade cars for the summer, Zach. Like, let me drive the Civic, bro. You drive the Charger.
Listen, I'll take the Charger if I'm like going out or something, but I ain't want that from my driving around. I want to also preface this. Not only you driving a Charger, which is bad, got miles per gallon and bad for pricing, but you also door dashing in this thing. Boy, the whole thing is driving. If you had my Civic, I'd get it, but
listen. I kind of find ways to improve my gas mileage. Like when I drove to Kansas the other day, straight cruise control. So the car is driving at the best speeds and everything, fuel emissions and all that. Everything's in eco mode. Yeah. Outside of that though, with door dashing, yeah, bro, it's like starting and stopping, and I got the air on because it's hot outside. It was like 92 yesterday in the city.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
that's fair. I get you. Speaking of driving to Kansas, let's go to the man listen moment of the week, Steve.
Yeah, so on Monday I drove up to Wichita, Kansas to go do a station visit as part of my internship application process with KWCH, the CBS affiliate up there. I'm not gonna lie to you, Zach. She wanted me to sit on a production meeting. There are certain things I'm taking from that experience and bring it back to the Ocali.
Yeah,
for sure. There are certain things I can't bring back, like the multiple sets they have, the robotic cameras, the huge screens, the entire like weather center.
Yeah.
I think I texted you about it. They have like a setup where for everything that goes on the website, like they do like these little quick hits where there's like a desk overseeing like the office where everybody's desk at and they're working everything. So you can see like people on the phones and on computers in the background. There's like a small set there where they can do like quick hits. Like this happened today, you know what I'm saying? Like that would be amazing. But there's no way we can do that in 360.
Oh no, not at all. Couldn't do it in 318. But
somebody around the floor,
still,
background.
Culturally, we you can learn. We can learn from them. We just financially can't.
Pray for me. Fingers are crossed.
I'm
still in this process. I think there's a good chance I get this internship in Wichita, where I'll get some more experience, man, and be professional.
That's awesome, Steve. We're hoping for you, keeping our fingers crossed so you can get this awesome internship for the summer. Very nice moment of the week. My moment of the week, man, listen, softball, man. College softball is at an all-time rise. It's hit right now, and it's shown in the stats. Averaging 258,000 viewers over this past weekend's regionals, up 6% from 2023. The FSU versus Auburn championship game was the most viewed softball regional since 2019, over 5 years now. So that one got 566,000 viewers. OSU versus Kentucky got 551,000. Then OU Oregon got 522. So, man, it's fun to watch. The regionals were electric, and viewers are enjoying watching it. So, man, listen, college softball, it's hitting right now.
Speaking mainly on OSU softball, Zach, I think you remember like a year ago they released a video about all the facilities they wanted to build.
Oh yeah, I thought you were gonna go somewhere else. Yeah,
you can go anywhere. Oh no, we ain't talking about superheroes, things like that.
Right. Man, all right, that's another struggle bus right there. What's gonna happen to that? That boy's gonna struggle when there's no more OSU sports to watch for the summer. But no, I'd love for them to have a new field. They deserve it, and more fans deserve to see it. The games.
They put like some generic Rogers up like in the outfield.
And those things are packed.
Yeah, like when I used to go cover them last year, like nobody was really there like that, which is weird because they were still good last year too. But this year is nuts. Like I don't know, like. Outside of like basketball, Cowboy Athletics is on a pretty good run right now. Like soccer is good.
Soccer, softball, tennis, baseball, football. I mean,
just gotta get basketball up.
yeah, gotta get that going. But
come on, Steve.
Come on, Steve and JC. Get it going. But hey, man, that's all we got for this first episode of the summer. First of the summer, first on YouTube, and we're going to keep this thing rolling because, like I said, school stopped, sports didn't, and we have this opportunity to keep promoting ourselves and keep getting this experience, so we're going to keep providing for the fans we have. So, man, listen, that's our episode. Thank you for tuning in. As always, I'm Zach Berger.
Steve Spears.
And we'll catch you next week, man. Next Wednesday, we'll get a set time for releases soon, but for now, have a good rest of the week, y'all. See you, go Pokes.